Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you. Showtime! Woo! 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 Silent and profiling. It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy, and joining me is my co-host, Mr. Mikey, also known as the Apex Man, and woo! The Buffalo Bills spanked those Denver Broncos 31-7. It didn't start great. Early touchdown by the Broncos, but the Bills, offensive and defensively, just totally buckled up, bro, and they just did what they had to do, man. They tightened up, and that second half was a masterpiece by both sides of the ball.
Connor's right, belt to the ass.
Yeah, and remember, guys, there was people here talking trash on Friday Night Lights with me and Mikey, even some in the pregame show. We're waiting on you guys to come on in here. We told you guys we'd be here, win or lose. We always are. So I cannot wait to see if you guys show back up. But I'm sure, Mikey, we were talking about this before we went live. There will be some haters that said it was just the Broncos rookie quarterback. They'll make it like it was not a big deal. And it is what it is. But we move on to the division round in Buffalo against the Baltimore Ravens.
I will tell you, Dr. Jekyll comes and says, Denver sucks. They're not even close to our level. Just getting that out of the way because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to talk about our
holy shit.
How is that guy still employed?
Wow, I have no idea.
It's almost every week now he does something stupid.
It's nonstop with him. It seems like the whole season there's something going on. Yeah. I know. I agree. Like I don't like the slow start. I agree with that. I never want.
It was on defense. It wasn't on offense today.
Offense,
we shot ourselves in the foot multiple times today on offense.
I would like touchdowns instead of field goals, but I agree. We did, penalties. They hurt for sure. Mm-hmm. But defensively, they got off to that quick touchdown, but we locked in after that. I don't 7 points. Offensively, I feel like we need to get off to a better start. But the second half, boy, we turned it up, man.
Yeah. Scott, I don't need to cuss today. I love that. Some can't be happy when we led by 3 points a half.
No, of course not. But
no. But you have to remember, we also only had 3 possessions in the first half. Buffalo they implemented their game plan. The game plan was to hold the ball. Mm-hmm. That's all we wanted to do. Keep them off the field, us dictate, and that's what we did. Yes, we were up by 3, but then we came out, kicked another field goal, got the stop, scored the touchdown, and the route was on.
I felt like, though, after their early touchdown, we were in control throughout from that moment forward. After we went up, I believe it was 10-7, right? Was it 10-7? What did we go up there at? What were halftime?
Yeah, so it was 10-7. They scored the touchdown. We kicked the field goal. We got a stop.
Exactly.
We scored a touchdown. We stopped them again, and then we went, and that's when we, had. And
they missed their field goal. That's right. So
that was a half.
Before the half,
we got the ball and we got it from the 1, and we took it out to the 50.
Yeah,
and then we got penalties. And
that shot ourselves on our foot. Yeah. We were moving the ball great there, killing the clock. It looked like it was going to be a nice long drive. But penalties kill you. But yeah, I just felt like though I never like after that I just felt like the Bills were in control, even though it was a 3-point lead going into half. I did not like the defense at the end of the first half. They came close to scoring a field goal there, but even
off zone shit.
Yeah, yep, every time. But I felt like this team was in control. I really did. From that after they allowed that touchdown, I feel like they got back. They got their act together, put it that way. And there was a few things I didn't like. I felt like we couldn't really. We had opportunities to get to Bo Nix, and he just kept slipping away. And maybe that was a little bit credit to him as well. But
it is. He's good. He's good at getting away.
Yeah, but we need to. But remember, we're going against another guy that's really good at.
Getting away. Here's the thing. Today they didn't get called for like any holdings.
Oh my god!
And they were mugging our dudes.
Yeah,
on the D line. Like the fact that Rousseau got the 1 sack at the end was because he just didn't quit. But they had 2 guys holding him.
Yeah, he was getting held on that play too, and there was no call. Yeah, their corners were holding as well. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah,
Teron was fine. He came back in.
Yeah, he came back in. I'm more concerned about Davis and
Davis got
Lewis.
rocked, dude. Yeah, Davis.
Josh threw him a hospital ball. I mean, but if that ball was on the money, it could have been worse for him.
Yeah, it could have been.
He shouldn't have thrown the ball there.
Yeah, he got rocked, bro. And I don't think the guy meant to do it. He felt bad. You could tell. He knew it was on him. But, man, Dave, it was not a pretty scene. So we'll see if Davis returns next weekend. I don't think so because of the severity of it. But who knows? If he passes concussion protocol, he passes it.
Yeah, Cody, you're right. 31 unanswered.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah. Where was Amari? Amari was mostly matched up one-on-one with Surtain. So we went to other guys.
Which is exactly why we wanted him here.
Right? Exactly why we have Amari.
Right.
Because the other guys got open.
And can we talk about Shakir? How unbelievable he is and how tough he is to tackle.
He's so good.
Holy shit, he slips out of everything. That one play, that screen, that he was dead to rights, bro. Dead to rights. And I don't know how he picked up another 8 yards when he should have been -4.
How about the first one where he caught the ball and the guy came up and hit him and he just bounced off and then just kept going.
Bro. They said I didn't even know this. He's second in yards after the catch, only to Chase.
That is amazing.
That's wild, huh?
We have a super chat, brother.
We do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Before the game, Knicks is on fire. This is a bad matchup for the Bills. It was just the Broncos.
Right. That's what I'm talking. That is what I'm talking about. And I said this pregame, Mikey. I know you don't come pregame, but we're never going to get that love until I guess we get the Super Bowl. I guess because no matter what we do, it doesn't matter.
Make the Super Bowl, brother. It does.
Even then, Then something. It'll be something.
I mean, go take the MVP for example. Last year, it wasn't about stats. It was about the team wins, the moments, all those things.
Right.
This year it was about the stats and not the moments of the team wins and all that.
Right.
It is what it is. We just know that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
The holding was crazy on the Broncos. Right? They held our defensive line all day long.
Yeah, and our receivers a couple times. It was crazy.
And no call.
Nothing.
But you know what? We didn't need it. We still won, even without it.
Curtis Samuel
was beautiful.
Dude, I still think that you remember we were talking about because we haven't done it yet. Plays of what we think are top plays. Man, what's his name? Ty Johnson making another unbelievable catch. I didn't think it was at first. I'm not gonna lie. I thought they're gonna find a way to he either dropped it or bobbled it or he went out of bounds. Nope, he was good. I mean, my God, was that impressive?
It was impressive. And did you hear what Josh said at the end of the game when they asked him about it? He's like, "Listen, it was 4th down. There was no point in me taking the sack. Give my guy a shot."
Right, unbelievable. And Ty Johnson has made some crazy catches this year. I mean, nothing easy is coming his way. He's diving for plays, and he's making it look easy, though. I mean, honestly, like he's like a receiver. He's basically a receiver running back. I mean, he's that good. He's impressive. I gotta say, I'm really surprised on what he's produced for this offense this year.
Oh, well, you saw it, Spin. You know, I mean, although Mac Hollins did in the one, because they didn't do the cover zero like they normally do. They played a different style of defense today. And the one time they did come cover zero, Josh hit Mac Hollins on Surtain. And then he did the step over him and got the penalty.
Yeah. I thought Knox also played a really good game today. Dawson Knox and Kid. I thought a lot of people stepped up today. They really did.
They did. Shakir had a good one. James Cook ran his ass off
James
today.
Cook ran his ass. Yeah, absolutely, he did. I got to give credit where credit is due. That dude has been, especially as of late, he's been running a lot better. And his contact balance has gotten way better this season, like way better. So a shout out to him. Whatever he did in the offseason, it's showing up this year.
He was, and everyone just thought he was he's down. He's locked down. No, Surtain is really good.
Oh,
he's probably the best corner in football. But the dude isn't gonna win every matchup. It's just not gonna happen. Mike, can you do a quick roll call on Denver fans in the chat, including those who said 100% be here at win or lose?
Where are they? Remember we said we would be here, and listen, me and Mikey, no matter what, we always say this: if you come in here. And you're even if you're being respectful, whatever, and you're saying, hey, we always say, come here after the game. We will talk. Regardless, win or lose, we promise you we'll be here. Like we're not going to just not show up because we lost. So, but we expect the same, right? If you come in here
and they said they were going to be here, they said they'd be here. So
you said you'd be here. Yeah, well, hey, we're on here for a little bit more. So we'll find out if they're true to their word.
It's still early.
We'll find out. Oh, but they're hurting right now, right?
Do the Packers have a snowball chance?
Yes, they do, but I don't think they'll win. But they have, of course, I think they have a chance. Of course they do.
Any given Sunday for anyone.
But they fight though.
Yeah.
They're a gritty team. I will say what hurt them is losing Watson, and that's why I feel like Philly, has more of an edge, even more so. But Green Bay still has an opportunity. You never know.
Wow, Roy is like on it. Like, what do you mean for his non-production? He had 2 catches on 3 targets. If they don't throw him the ball, he can't produce.
Exactly. Yep. And I will say this too, Roy. Remember, he is new to the team still. I mean, he's fairly new, and he missed some time due to the wrist. Him and Josh right now they're still probably getting chemistry together. It's not all there, right? So, but just him being out there is opening it up for other receivers. So I get where you're going, but at the same time, we didn't give up a lot to get him. It's not like this is a young Cooper. We paid him $100 million or something crazy. Like, listen, he's out there. He's doing his thing. He's helping other receivers, and they're getting the benefits from him just being out there.
Just like we were with Stephon Diggs at the end of last year.
Absolutely.
He wasn't producing a bunch, but his presence alone.
You have to respect it. Yep.
I didn't have a problem with Josh playing late in the fourth quarter. I'm not sure I would have called that play action rollout where he got hit. I mean, it's football. Right. It's going to happen. The fact that Josh was even able to sit out at all in a playoff game is kind of amazing.
Yeah. And by the way, it wasn't an injury. It was his nail.
Yeah.
Got like a nail chipped off or something, which is painful, by the way. Yeah. But he'll be all right.
Mike, so whose ass was tight after that 43-yard bomb from Knicks? Mine wasn't, because we always tend to give up an opening touchdown.
Not usually passing, though. It's usually like a big run.
It was a blown
coverage.
It
was absolutely blown coverage.
By the way, you know who caught that touchdown?
Yes, Franklin. Yep. Yeah, a guy that we wanted.
When that pass guy looked good in our offense.
There's your over-the-top guy right there. Yep.
There's only somebody during the draft that kept saying, draft Franklin every round.
Yep.
I don't know who that guy is, though.
And Josh took off.
Yeah. They were just talking to Roy. Curtis Samuel moves. Dude, Curtis Samuel's yak on that. He was hemmed in by 3 guys. How he got to the end zone
and stayed balanced. Balance was good too.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's what, but
Milano's
that's
really
what we
good.
expected. Milano was all over the field today, but that's what we want. That's the Curtis Samuel that when we signed him, it was what we expected. Like that's what he can provide. That speed, that shiftiness, like that's what he does. It's just we haven't really seen it much this year, and really not a lot at all, really. But look, if he wants to show up in the playoffs like that, we'll take it. Right? I'll forgive you on the regular season.
Yeah, Sarah, they held Vaughn, they held Groot. They
Oh, dude, it was crazy.
Day,
it was crazy.
All day. You know, okay, that's a comment there. Now we know not to step over people.
He was just caught up in the moment. I listen.
Well, he today was on
one. Today he was on one though. He made a great special teams play. Right? I mean, he was just. I think Matt Collins is in a zone, a playoff kind of zone where he's fired up. And you know what? I did tell you this, Mikey, about our offensive line, and I will say this. I know it's whatever. It still sucks that we got a penalty. I don't always hate that, depending on how the game. Like if an offensive lineman gets a 15-yard because he's just so fucking ramped up. Sometimes you need that a little bit, that spark, because that means they're playing angry. The nastiness. We want that. So I didn't really totally mind it, and it wasn't where the game was 7-7 or tight, you know, and like I'll forgive him for that. It's not the end of the world, and I get it, man. He was hyped up for this game. You know what's funny? He came in the game dressed as Fred Flintstone. So at first I was like, man, I wonder if he's like come on, man, get your head into it. But I guess it's so I guess he was into it. He's just a different dude. You also have to
remember he hasn't played a bunch in the playoffs.
That's true.
That's teams who haven't played in the playoffs.
Right.
So
you're
some
right.
of these guys are getting their first real crack at this.
Yeah.
So the Bills haven't played a defense like Denver. They're not dropping 30. How many times did they punt? Once. Punted once.
And
Ty Johnson might be our best receiver. I'd still say Shakir, but Ty Johnson's a really good receiver.
I mean, man. Yes, he is. He's reliable.
Yeah, Lee, you're right. The Broncos are a really good team, and their defense is really – that Allen kid is amazing. The defensive tackle. There's a reason why he was first.
Yeah, he got that sack on Allen. Yeah.
He used Edwards.
He blew up Edwards. Edwards got spanked. But after that, I thought Edwards did okay. Edwards is our weakest link, no doubt. But I thought Edwards, after that, for the most part, he had a decent game. I can't totally complain. You know who else was chippy today? Alec Anderson.
Yeah, he's always that way, though, they said.
But boy, oh boy. I mean, he was on one, too. He was getting chippy. The guy pushed him. That should have been a penalty, by the way, on Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Even Tony said, no, of course it's nitpicking, but it should have been. I mean, you can't push somebody like that. That should have been called, and they didn't call that either.
No, Cook's not dynamic to run like that.
No, he was good today. No doubt about it. Cook had a very good
great
game.
Win. Milano was all over the field. I thought Milano
had a bounce back.
Played really well today.
I thought Milano needed, you know what it was? Maybe he needed that time off, that week 18. Get a little, you know what I mean? Get a little right. And because man, he was night and day.
He got healed up. Anything that was bothering him, and he was ready to go. And
because he was fast
together.
too.
Yeah,
he was fast. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Yeah. He ran down Bo Nix on the side.
Yeah, spied him. He was spying him. Yep.
And I imagine he'll probably spy next week too, Lamar.
You have to.
I want to see the 3 linebacker set next week against Henry.
You know what I hated that I saw that Pittsburgh did against Baltimore? And I don't know if they said they were going to do this prior to the game, because if they did, it was really stupid that they were going to, on those RPOs, always go to the running back. And if they let that leak, then of course Lamar's going to take it every fucking time. Did you hear that when you were watching the game or no?
When? Today?
Okay. No, in the game, the Steelers game, their Steelers versus the Ravens, that they said the Steelers, that they were planning, no matter what, on the RPOs, you go to the running back, no matter what. And boy, I hope we don't take that same approach, because
Lamar was if we do off the side all day,
right? Because I'm sure they got that leaked, or they said they were going to do that earlier. I don't know, but of course I would never give it off either. I would do that. So I hope to God we don't take that same approach, because that is a terrible approach. I got to tell you, terrible. Don't please, McDermott, don't do that.
don't follow the Tomlin plan at all.
No, absolutely not, because that backfired big time.
Rap.
Bro, Rap is he is that guy
sacrifices his body all the time.
Oh my God.
Josh made ESPN look so dicks.
Were they really saying that? See, I don't watch. I don't
even
watch.
Even CBS. Nate Burleson took
the Broncos. Really? See, guys, I'm being dead honest. The only time I watch stuff like that is if I see something on YouTube come up. You know what I mean? Other than that, I don't watch you know what I mean, the shows and shit like that. But wow, I man, that is so disrespectful for a team that was second in the division, right? I mean, at home, what? But whatever, it is what it is. I'm not surprised either, Mikey. I'm really not.
No, here's the thing about Cooper. He's come out and said it. He's like, listen, I've been the focal point of offenses. I want to win. He's like, I love it here. That I don't have to be the main focal point for this team to do anything. It's everyone. Across the board today. Let's just talk about it real quick. You know, Samuel led the team with 68 yards, three catches on 3 targets. Shakir, 61 yards on 6 targets, 6 catches. You know, Kincaid, 3 for 3 for 47 yards. Knox, 2 for 3, 38 yards. Johnson, 2 for 2 for 26 yards. Hollins, 1 for 2, 19 yards. Cooper, 2 for 3, 8 yards. Keon, 1 for 3, 5 yards.
I'll pull it up if you wanted me to.
Josh was 20 of 26.
Yeah, so here's the stats right there.
Everywhere.
Yeah, he went all over. So on the receiving,
that's
you're right.
What we do.
I mean, look at that. Yeah, everybody eats mentality. The only thing I will say, right, and that was fine. I love it, but we still needed that alpha, and that's why Amari Cooper, and that's what we're trying to explain to you, Roy. And I mean, you can see how you want to see it, but we needed that guy where defenses respect a little bit more than a younger Keon Coleman or Khalil Shakir that's still trying to get his name out there for defenses. Because eventually defenses will have to respect Khalil Shakir because Khalil Shakir is starting to make a name for himself. But we needed that true alpha for defenses to hone into. That they have to. So by Surtain taking him, that helps everyone else, right? You're taking your best corner, locking up Amari Cooper. Okay, well, great. All right, now we got everybody else that's going to eat. So that's Josh's mentality. Okay, I'll just spread the ball around. You can lock up your best corner on Amari. And that's what we're doing, and that's okay. So I'm good with it. I'm totally cool with it. Everybody eats now that we have that guy.
Yeah, here's the thing, Roy. He is a number 1 wide receiver. Here's the thing. In order for him to have production like a number 1, he needs more than 3 targets a game. That's not how our offense is designed for number 1. So if you want to be disappointed in him, that's fine. You should be disappointed in Joe Brady and Josh Allen if you're really disappointed in Amari.
I also think he needs more time with Josh Allen. I do believe that. I don't think they've had enough time to really build any type of chemistry.
Targets were 6 today.
No, I know, but I think you would. But I think you would see more. I'm just saying better games in a full season. Let's say if Amari came back next year, just hypothetical. If he had a full off season to get down everything, the playbook, chemistry with Josh, just a full off season, I think you would see better stats or better games from Amari Cooper than what you've seen is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it would be crazy amount or it would be his targets would be insane, but you would see better, I think, production wise once him and Josh got true chemistry together.
So. I really
because even him, I do. I really do.
And here's the reason why. I don't think that Josh is looking at it as, I don't have chemistry with this guy. I think he's just throwing to the open guy.
No, but I think you'd have better games. I'm saying throughout the season. I think I really do. I get where you're going, but
the targets are the targets. Josh has to throw him the ball in order for him to make the plays.
I just feel
and we're not throwing the ball 45 times a game like we did last.
That is true too. Today was super balanced.
26 is super balanced. 44 rushes, 26 passes.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the first half, Josh Allen was under 100 yards. He had 72.
Yeah. And I think he was 6 for 9.
I mean, it's possible, but I'm just saying you still need to have the alpha. You still need to have that guy. You can't just
let's just say expected that way. That's why teams are doing what they're doing with him.
Right. But I'm saying you can't go into next season also without that either. You have to have some kind of presence out there other
That's
than what we
why I
have.
think Amari comes back.
It's possible. Yep.
You know, as a Dolphins fan, I totally hate the Bills, but the fans are some of the classiest I've ever seen. The Bills, I believe the Bills team can win
Thank
it
you.
all. Next week's gonna be an awesome matchup. I do. Thank you as
Thank you.
as
Appreciate that.
as a Fins fan who's having a rough time. We appreciate it. You know,
Nah, we've been down that road, by
yes,
the
we
way,
have.
17 long seasons of it, so we get it.
I mean, it's like you come out of a Dawn playoff win and everyone getting upset. The first thing is Amari isn't producing. I mean, we did just drop 31.
Yeah,
you know,
at the end of the day,
kind of hard
though,
to be mad about production when we're dropping 31.
However you win, we win. I don't care who has the best game.
And none of them do either. That's the thing about the Bills.
Right.
Nobody on the team cares about
which makes it very tough for defenses to really game plan. Yeah, absolutely. Like, okay, who is it this week? Right? Like, who is Josh? Everybody, apparently, because he spreads the ball all over, including our third string running back. I mean, it's wild. You would never think our third string running back will be a playmaker on this right? Like most third string running backs are not like involved in the offense, right? Yeah. As much as Ty Johnson.
Don't see a touch at all.
That's what I mean. Or don't even see a touch unless someone an injury. Yeah. So like I'm just like, dude, like I am really surprised. Like I said in the beginning of the podcast, how well Ty Johnson has played this year. Like honestly,
why he plays on every third down.
Like they got to think about resigning that dude. I mean, honestly,
they should. Trixon says, I'm just glad Bobby got out of the prevent defense because they tried to do that in the beginning of the fourth and they got out of it for the rest of the quarter. I saw that too. The second they started getting those big chunks, they quickly got out of that real fast.
Oh, it's terrible, bro. I messaged text Mikey. I'm like, this is bad. You gotta quick fix that. By the way, when we say one negative thing, even though this is a great game, can McDermott stop calling the goddamn timeouts because they don't work on defense?
Yeah, right. You know, let's put them in the right play. Then he gives up freaking 18 play every time.
Every fucking time.
That timeout.
Just leave it alone. Let it be. It doesn't work. Whatever you're saying when you call the timeout isn't working. It's doing the opposite. And I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But it's never worked. I don't recall, Mikey, a time where he called a timeout and our defense got on the field and was like, made a lights out play. Yeah, like it's always a 30-yard bomb on us, right? Like
or a 17-yard crosser. It's because he always does it like on third and long. And then we come back
always fourth and long, right? Yeah. Like, dude, come on, man. Just let it go at this point. Let the play go.
I think Kincaid got lucky. He didn't catch that ball. No, he didn't. But Josh was on the spot.
Absolutely.
Real quick.
You're right.
Josh was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Yep.
You know, I could do without the refs, man. So infuriating. Cost us TD. Apologized to Allen, then missed the PI.
Listen, he did, and I think that's why the ref went to him because absolutely he got away with it.
But then they didn't change it. They just kept calling it. They are not calling it.
You're right. It's not like they fixed their non-call issue. Right.
I'm pretty sure Benford was pushed to the ground on the left. Yeah, he was. The one where they had the first.
That one too, because Benford was like, "What the?"
These guys shoved him to the ground.
I'm all right. What's going on here?
Dan, we'll get to that starting tomorrow, and then more on Friday. We'll get to the Ravens game. This one's all about this first one. Yep.
All about today.
Yep. TJ went dead ass, and Henry and Lamar just took off. Yeah,
I didn't understand. That was their game plan. They said it. The announcer said it the whole time. No, like Mike Tomlin or whoever the defense coordinator said, no matter what, you go after the running back on the RPOs, and that is just. I wonder if they knew that. You know what I mean? Like going into the game because it was odd that Lamar. Right away in the beginning of that game, kept doing it, kept taking off, right? He was not even RPO. I'm gone. Like, and TJ Watt kept just going after the running back every fucking time, dude.
He had 0 tackles, 0 sacks, 0 everything. Didn't do anything. 0 pressures, nothing. It It was a rough day for him.
Yeah, rough.
I just spoke to the head of security. Nate Burleson had his Bills Mafia membership revoked, effective immediately. I cannot believe that he called for a 38-35 loss.
Yeah, that's wild. That is wild.
So happy to run it on the Broncos fans after all that talk. Never seen a number 7 seeds hyped like they were all week long.
I cannot believe they.
And you want to know why?
shocked.
Because they beat the Chiefs backups.
Yeah, and they got a little hype. They got a little hype.
Because
They got
before that, they lost the 2 games before that when they only needed to win the one of the last 3 and they couldn't.
And they got it. I get it. Listen. Here it is. I understand and I always say this. I get that when you're a bad team and you're starting to excel, like get better, you make the playoffs, you got to run. Yeah, I get the excitement. There's nothing wrong with being excited, but my God, be humble. You haven't done anything, right? You're playing a very, very good team. Why would you talk trash coming to a team that's been there, done that over the last, right? Like 7 seasons.
That's
6
the
seasons.
new way of doing things.
Like I just don't get it. Yeah, I would have never. I'm being honest with you, Mikey. And back in let's say 2019, right? Forget 2017 because that was crazy. We made the playoffs, but 2019 we got Josh Allen. I would never ever have gone to Houston Texans chat room and be like, bro, we're fucking Josh fucking Allen. We're the fucking best. We're the best. What are you gonna do about it? We're gonna dude, we haven't done anything. Like, God, you gotta be humble, man. You know what I mean? And it just some fans don't get it.
Yep. We got a super chat, brother.
Chat. We do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sophia.
Yes, and please make sure to hit the like button. That does help out the channel.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Like.
Yeah. James Cook was amazing. I'd like to send him. He fits so well. Did you see his brother was tweeting during the game?
No,
he said
he
wants to pay him $20 million a year. Like, we're not giving him $20 million a year.
Right. First of all, why you just be happy your brother's having forget the money right now. Let this guy let's just play football. Let his agent, not his brother, worry about his contract.
Well, we had another brother talk to his brother out of Buffalo.
Right, yeah, that didn't work out so well. I mean, no offense to Diggs. He did get injured. That sucks. He is doing Domino's commercials now.
G-Pick, what's going on, brother? Oh, looks like we got the Texans next week. G-Pick was one who thought that the game was going to be close.
Yeah, well. I said 33-21. I think I changed my score prediction. Or 34-21, I think I said.
Yeah, because I think I had mine, 31-24,
17?
like I
thought you said 17.
No, because it was a 6-point game and you were giving me
shit about it. Right. I was giving you shit about it. Huh? You see, guys? Mikey.
I hit the 31, right?
No faith in the Bills.
I always pick that because the Bills always either go over or hold them under.
Right,
but
I said 7 to 10 points. I said 7 to 10 would be the gap. And it was bigger than that.
It was bigger than that. Yeah, it was definitely bigger than that. Pittsburgh had no business being on that field. It was bad. They're talking about. Whoa,
yeah.
Whoa!
Sorry, you said it.
They're talking about Tomlin being canned. He would not be on the market for
No. And if he is, then so many bad teams right now that need coaches. Fans are going to be going.
He'd be ideal.
Please
send him to Chicago.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I understand here's the problem with Tomlin, and I say that this is why coaches get fired. Quarterback, when you have quarterback issues, no matter if you get into playoffs or not, bro. And it's been that way since Roethlisberger, bro.
Yeah,
no quarterback, and if you have that issue, it's going to get you fired in time. And that is, if he does get fired, it's because it's because of that. Absolutely, yeah. He could not figure it out. Could not find a guy, and maybe there just wasn't a guy available in the draft until May. Unfortunately,
he drafted Drake May, and then he decided to give Drake May a defensive coordinator, a special teams coach to run the offense.
Right. You know what, though? I was talking to somebody. I think that was all.
We're not Drake May. It was the Mac Jones, right?
Mac Jones. It wasn't May.
Yeah.
It was Mac Jones. Yeah. But I think that whole, because you know that Vrabel got signed today.
Yeah.
Is there a new?
Oh no, Vrabel got the job today.
Yeah, today.
I didn't know that.
Before the game. So I really truly believe that was all in the works, bro. Vrabel, come on, he could have signed anywhere this year for a head coach. He decided not to, right? He waited it out on purpose. They knew they were stuck with the 1 year, right? There was no plans to bring back Mayo. I'm telling you, that was all in the works.
I don't think they wanted to sign Mayo anyways, but they had.
No, so I mean, because of the contract. That's what I mean. So I feel like it was under the table kind of talk with Vrabel. Hey, no matter what, just chill out. We promise you, we have to deal with this for 1 year. You're the guy, and sure enough, he's the guy. So I mean, like, come on, man, that's no coincidence. That was it was in the making.
I do think there is a possibility that Cook gets paid by the Bills. I don't think he gets nearly what everyone thinks he's going to get.
I don't either.
So I don't know if he'll accept it. He might want to go out and test the market.
And I think Bean would allow him to. You're funny, man. You're a funny guy.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a far cry from what Trayvon said about staff, but he's been going in on the whole. You have to give my brother $20 million a year. It's like that's not going to happen. So hopefully Dalvin's not telling him to hold out for $20 million a year because Saquon's not getting $20 million a year. McCaffrey's not getting $20 million a year.
No.
I'm sorry, but James isn't those guys.
Yeah, be smart. Be smart. Take the contract. If you want to be here, that Bean offers you, because it's very rare that he offers a running back a contract. So I'm just saying, if he does do that, and I wouldn't mind. Listen, I wouldn't even be opposed to that. If James Cook, if he does reasonable contract, come back, okay. He's still young, and matter of fact, he still has a lot of tread on the wheels because he wasn't used much in college, right? And he really wasn't used here a whole bunch up until this year. So.
Last year.
No injury. Yeah, last year. Yeah, you're right. Last 2 years. You're right.
Yeah, the last 2
years. Last 2 years, but still, that's nothing. A lot of tread on the young, no injury history. Like, I'm totally good if they did bring him back.
He's getting stronger every year.
Like I said, contact balance is way better. Yep.
I'm with you, Spin. I did think we would win. I wasn't really expecting a 31-7 blowout.
I thought they would put up at least 14, 17 points.
I thought they would score, some garbage time stuff, in the fourth quarter.
That too, right. Late touchdown, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did not.
Honestly, believe that if the Steelers had a better quarterback, they win that game. Tomlin's decision making reminds me of Sean's fourth and inch punting. Yeah, those two are cut out of the same cloth. Tomlin and McDermott, they're so stubborn.
Yeah, and why? Like we talked, me and Mikey talked off air, about the stubbornness. Why would you keep up with Russell Wilson over the last month when he's been playing terrible, when you have a guy that actually played very well to start the season, and you pulled him because of you said, no matter what, when Russ gets back from injury, he will be the starting quarterback. And it's almost like he wanted to prove a point.
Yeah.
Right? Russell staying, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I don't care how he's playing. And I feel like that was a terrible mistake, especially down. Why not at least test out or put Fields back in there to see if he gives you anything, because your offense was doing jack shit with Russell Wilson.
I get when he first made the thing and Russ.
No, I get the first decision. Yeah, but I'm talking about the last month.
Losing game over game over
right.
game, and was
looking terrible.
Problems, at least Fields gives you the mobility aspect of it, where he can take off and run.
Right. That's what I'm saying. At least test it back. You're not. What are you going to hurt Russell Wilson's 1 year contract? Who gives a fuck? It's not like you just signed Russell Wilson to 10 years. He's a 1 year guy. What are you going to, how are you hurting this guy's, you know what I mean? It's not setting him back. It's Russell Wilson, been in the league forever. What the fuck he care? You know what I mean? If you bench him. And now if you're Fields, do you even want to be there?
No.
Right.
I want no part of
now you gotta search for a quarterback. I mean, it's just it's crazy to me, man.
How do we give up a fake punt? Because we still have Smiley.
That's a real easy smiley.
Because McDermott is as stubborn as fucking Tomlin and he refuses to fire the special teams coordinator.
Like, dude, I would fire him now and just roll with somebody there. Yeah, the back, whoever that is.
They have a assistant special teams coach.
They put him in. Yeah, he can't do no worse.
No.
Can he be any worse? Like, really?
I pray to God we bring back our old one. He got fired when the Jags lost their
yeah, he ain't coming back.
I know.
Fucking threw him under the table, under the bus.
Yeah,
he ain't fucking coming back.
I call 28-20. I was pretty close.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty close.
No QB will help that. Second half, Jay said, "Fuck the noise, I'm taking over." He did.
I don't know if you saw this, but me and Mikey noticed it. So in the first half, there was a 4th down, and Josh looked so pissed going off the field. It was almost like he wanted to go for it 4th and 6 or something like that.
It was after we went from the 1 out to the 50, and we had those stupid penalties. And then
you could tell
he was so mad. Dawkins and Brown both got penalized on that one.
His body language, you could read it to the T, boy.
Pissed.
He was pissed, man. And I think that's why the second half he came out. That was a little different. But you know what, though? Credit to the offensive line today, though. I will say that. They pass blocked very well for the most part. Run blocked very well. They were aggressive as shit. Like, there was plays where James Cook was caught up for like 3 yards, and they pushed him another 10 at one time. Remember that one? It was like, I think he got like 6 yards. They pushed him another 10 years.
Yeah, Cook. Yeah, he got stopped at the 7, and then they pushed him for like 11 more. He ended up with or 12 more.
It was crazy.
Yards on the play.
Yeah, dude. They didn't give up. They played tough today. I will give the O-line credit.
I loved the effort on the offensive side of the ball. I loved the effort after that opening drive.
Yes.
Something clicked in the defense, and they started doing things. If I was TJ, I'd request if I was Watt, I'm not sure I want to stay there either.
By the way, Philly up 7-0 on a fumble by Green Bay. Philly scored on offense after that. Touchdown by Hurts.
Paul Walker, I said the same thing to Tommy. I texted him. I'm like, at the end of the day, I'd play punt safe on every punt and just fair catch it so Josh gets the ball. Fuck the return.
Absolutely, dude, because that's craziness. We keep letting that happen. It's wild. I will say though, the punter, that was a really nice pass.
Not only that, but he faked like he was going to actually punt it, and then he threw it.
Usually punters
no rush on that at all.
No. You know why though? We don't rush the punter. So you know what I mean? We don't do that. We never punt block.
Perfectly executed.
It was, and like I said, most punters are not the best throwers. That was a tight spiral, and it was kind of deep. It wasn't like it was a little quick pass.
And they waited until the gunner turned his back, and then they ran an out route.
Dude, executed to a T. Right?
I'm with you today, Beth. Josh looked like the MVP today. I was on.
The Vrabel thing, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm way behind in the chat. I'm trying to keep up, and we're
catching up, guys. We're catching up. We appreciate all y'all, by the way.
Yes, we
all
do.
The love, support, all that stuff.
I wouldn't give him $10 million a year. You're crazy. That's more than Derrick Henry's making. What are you talking about?
Spin wants an extension on McDermott. I don't know.
He already got an extension.
He wants another one. 10 more years.
Hey. When
it's the Super Bowl, and I'll give you a 10-year extension, no problem. And my tattoo.
If he gets us into the Super Bowl, I'm okay with giving him another extension.
Fuck yeah, dude! I'm getting a tattoo of him. That is my extension.
Subscription sucked today. It bumped me 8 times. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Cook is awesome. We still shouldn't resign him. Mid-20s running backs begin to decline early. Derrick Henry is an outlier. If we resign him, it'll be a short-term resign. It won't be a long-term resign.
Yeah. That's true.
So extend Cook. It'll be hard to replace him. I don't think it'd be hard to replace him. There's a shit ton of backs coming out this year.
Yeah, and we have a good offensive line, Chris. That
a lot of people have a fantastic offensive line coach. Who helps the backs.
Exactly. People miss that. I get Cook is good. And I like Cook, and I'm not knocking. I'm not even
saying don't resign him.
Exactly, but I'm just saying if we don't, you have now an offensive line where you can get a running back in the draft, a reasonable running back who could produce numbers. And I'm not saying produce like Cook right now. I don't know who that guy would be, but trust me, our offensive line right now and the way we're Joe Brady's scheming things up, our running back will come in here and do pretty well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. Paul comes in and says, "Pay Cook, don't be stingy. We waste money all over. He's earned it.
We do waste money.
We do waste money all over, and I'm not against paying him. I just don't want to overpay him.
Right. There's a difference. There's
a
a big difference. Absolutely.
I would rather take some of that extra money and make the go out and get Trey Hendrickson, or make the deal for Myles Garrett. Get a game wrecker on the defensive side of the ball. We have a game wrecker on the offense. Let's get a game wrecker on the defense.
Yep. I agree with that too. We do. We need one. We desperately need a game wrecker on defense. That's one thing. We have one on offense, guys. It's Josh fucking Allen, who is your quarterback and running back. No offense, but he is. He's a multi-weapon tool, whatever you want to call it. He is dynamic as you can get. He is our everything on offense. Now you just need it on the other side of the ball. You need that game-changing defender. And we have good defenders. We do I think Christian Benford is really good.
Bernard,
Teron Johnson, really good. Bernard, really good. Like we have some good, like Gregory Rousseau is really good. I like Gregory Rousseau, but he is not a game wrecker, game changer.
He's not in the Watt,
he's not in that category. No,
Garrett, the Crosby mold, Chris Jones, like those guys are true game wreckers.
Yeah.
And they're clutch in the game wrecking.
And they're clutch. Yeah, exactly. You could count on them pretty much week in, week out making plays.
And they might not do anything the whole game, but when the game's on the line, they make the play.
Yeah. And you can't say that right now about the Bills defense. No. There isn't a single guy that we can really go, man, it's crunch time. It's crunch time. This guy's going to step up. Now, maybe when Von Miller was young, if we had the young Von Miller.
I thought Von.
I thought he was good today, but I'm saying, but he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He's not.
Yeah, he didn't get to the quarterback.
I'm talking about guy. He did.
Couldn't get him down.
Yep. By the way, Ed Oliver was kind of quiet today. There was some missed pieces today at it. Now, he did get going in the second half.
He was
in the second half. He got going. He almost blew up a play. I don't know if you saw that one. It was like it was a handoff, I think, and he thought. If that was a play action, that Bo Nix would have gotten eaten up, boy.
Yeah, he was also being held the whole game.
He was. You're right. And so there was a lot of holding, like we said earlier, ton. Yeah.
Roy comes in and says, "Didn't Denver score that TD with like 12 minutes left? Not to score another point in the entire game has to be embarrassing." I mean, they did have one shot, and they doinked it.
The field goal, the field goal at the end, that's Buffalo weather. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, I love this, Amy. I'm hoping Joe Brady stays with us next season instead of attempting.
I know he's getting calls. If he's smart, he does. I'm telling you. If he's smart for his own case, he sticks around one more year.
I don't see a really good situation for him this offseason. Now, you know where it could be next year? Right. If the Bengals struggle.
Right, and they fire the coach. Coach,
Joe Brady seems ideal to go to.
You're right. Burrow. That would be a good spot. Yep. Or what if, man, no, they want to do that. I was going to say, what if Miami fires their coach after next year?
The Jets are talking to him, and he's talking to everybody. But if he's smart, he stays and waits for the right situation.
Exactly. And you're more wanted by then. Yeah. And then people, not only you're more wanted, you're like the Ben Johnson next year, where now teams are like, man, he's the hottest guy on the market pretty much. And teams are fighting for you. That means what? Bigger money. Right, so that's what I think he should stick around for sure. One more year, Joe.
Oh yeah, we knew that was going to happen. There were a ton of non-Bills fans on other streams.
Of course they did. How? Why? What?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You come into this stream with that bullshit. You're not going to stay long.
I'll have to.
You're not staying long in this stream.
Like, are you serious? Right. Stop it.
Jesus.
Get the fuck out of here.
We have Cook next year, so we can wait till the end. Decide. Yeah, we got time for Cook.
Plenty of time.
Because we have to pay Shakir still. We have to pay Groot still. We have to pay Bernard still. We have to pay
Yep.
Blanford still. So there's a lot of guys on our team that we want that we still have to pay. So we'll see how this all lines up.
Absolutely. And Shakir, I think, is definitely has to stay. You have to figure that out. And I don't think he'll require a whole bunch of money.
Benford,
but I don't think he's reached the ceiling.
CB1.
Yeah, and Benford, I believe, needs to be paid too. He's really,
Groot
really good.
Is going to be our all
Groot
those guys.
Just don't overpay on Groot. I think they need to be smart with him, but
yeah,
I would like him back. But they need to get another edge to complement him. Like a real key, like I'm talking about, if you get a dominant edge, like we were saying, like you trade for a Garrett or one of these big names, right? Or even, I mean, if you figure it out on the draft, and then you line him up on the other side, holy shit! Because Groot creates pressure, but can you imagine this guy coming? Oh, dude, it would be dangerous.
Yeah, how much we paying that dipshit special teams coach?
He's so terrible.
Oh, that is.
I just can't wait to see him off the damn Buffalo Bills website. Like, fire him already. I don't want to see his face anymore. Get him out of here.
Mr. comes in and says, Rasul's right about championships. Team speaking at the right time. Look at Ohio State. All week leading up to this, I heard the Bills were playing mediocre. Broncos defense is too good. They can win. Yeah. Listen, and I don't think the Bills are playing at the peak yet. I really don't.
No. I will say I did like the game plan by Joe Brady.
I loved the game plan.
Yeah,
I liked the game plan from on both sides of the ball. I really liked.
Yeah.
We played a lot of man today.
Yeah, after that first play, that first series or whatever. Yeah, we definitely clamped down. We changed it up. We switched. We adjusted. But I don't feel like the offense never had to adjust. We had a game plan. It worked to perfection. We spread the ball. Like the offensive line stepped up, did their job too to protect and run block. Like it was well executed offensively. The only thing I would say offensively is those early drives I wish were touchdowns instead of field goals. That's the only thing. You know what I mean? Because if we do that, then we're up more than 3 at half. You get what I mean? Like you got to clean that up a little bit. The red zone. What were you in the red zone today? Because I know those were Romo was talking about that early on. We had
what was our
we
red
set up
zone
for field goal.
Today?
Yeah. What did it wind up being?
Let me look real quick. Red zone. That's third down position. Where's red zone? Red zone. We were 1 for 5 in the red zone.
Yeah, see, you got to clean that up.
And it was really 1 for 4 because we had 3 field goals, but we were in the red zone at the end and when we kneeled it out.
No, I get it. Okay, so either way, it's still not good. Like that, you have to clean that up. Like you have to.
Yeah, so, all of our touchdowns were like longer.
Right. Right. Yep. Got to clean it up. That's all I'm saying. Got to clean that up moving forward. Bless you.
Sorry. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hopefully I hit mute in time.
You did. You did.
Reports saying that Ben Johnson's going to stay at Detroit again. Really? I hope Joe Brady takes that same energy.
That is a little surprising, I will say, because I'm sure there's a lot of suitors that, like a lot of people out there, wanted Ben Johnson.
I'm getting sick of these damn distractions every postseason. I have more respect for coordinators who wait until after the playoffs to interview if they really wanted. They'd wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, we talked about this. We did. We think it's total horseshit by the NFL. I think they need to change the rule. I think the whole problem is here. The problem is this: coaches that are in the playoffs, these coordinators, they have to take the interviews because the other coaches are available to talk and then they can get hired and now they lose out on their opportunities. So and it's a dream for most of these guys to get head coaching. If the NFL's smart and they do it right, all you got to do is wait after the Super Bowl. It's real easy. Do it the same thing like free agency goes. You can't talk to any coaches until right here, between here and here, right? If you find out, you get fined. Like it's real simple. And then every coach has an opportunity to speak with the team, right? Like there's no distractions. I don't get why they do that. I really do not. I think it's so unfair for these guys that are in the playoffs that they have to take their time. Distraction,
away from game planning and things.
Right, it's crazy because what's your coach going to say? No, like that's a dickhead move because you're this guy. You're costing this guy a potential job, which is like his dream. Like McDermott's never going to say no. Like that, you know what I mean? Like that's fucked up. So they got to change that. They got to figure something out with that.
If they're gonna do it, they need to do it like tonight, where the game plan hasn't started.
I get it. I just stop doing it in general. Wait till what's the holdup? Like what's the big rush? You got fucking what? Like honestly, like week 18's done. What is it? A month and a half of football after, right? Between now and the Super Bowl, something like that. Like it's not that crazy, bro. Let's say even 2 months. Who cares? Like what's the rush? You got 2 months
the rush is that the teams start doing like right after the Super Bowl, all the college stuff starts.
Yeah, like, but that goes for the same even teams in the playoffs, though.
I get that. That's what I'm saying. Even the combine is like super early after the season ends.
I don't care. They gotta wait. They gotta wait till after Super Bowl.
Oh, you don't care, but the NFL does. That's why they say
they push them. Yeah, wow. Yeah, fuck them. I think it's a terrible, shitty way to do it.
Red Ferns comes and says, "Can the Ravens be stopped?" We'll find out next week, won't we?
Yep. Yeah, he was in here early. I think weren't you a Broncos fan or are you a Ravens fan? I know he was here. He's been nice, cool. I'm not sure what.
I think he was. I don't know if he's a Broncos fan, but I think he was saying the Broncos could win.
Okay. I'm not sure what fan base you. What fan base are you? What just curious.
Beautiful. It was beautiful, Callie. While we're waiting for Red Furnace to respond.
Yeah, because I don't know if I asked them.
Should our best red zone
point. I know it was.
It really was.
It was clean too. It was absolutely clean.
If corners wait, the jobs get gone by the end. They'll be up shit creek waiting. Yeah, but if the NFL put the clamps on and said nobody can talk or hire, until
that's what we're talking about. Right
after the Super Bowl, then that would finish it. But they won't do that because of how fast the other stuff starts. That's why they haven't done it.
But okay, so let's say that's the case, right? I'm just hypothetical. But what about a team that let's say they let go a guy? It's the same thing. Like let's say a team moves on from a coach to the playoff. Like Mike Tomlin. That's what I'm saying. So you got to figure something. You know what I mean? Because it's the same thing, right? Like, what if Mike Tomlin doesn't? What if they wait for another 2 weeks? You telling me a team wouldn't hire him? Like, come on, man. Of course they would after this fucking Super Bowl. Of course they would. So they got to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. Bills, I just use reverse psychology. The Bills fan, he just use reverse psychology. Yeah.
You are funny.
If that helps your heart, I get it.
Roy is kind of like that.
Yes.
I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he does that once in a while too. He'll predict the other team to win.
Once in a while, Roy
or he'll do
on the other side.
Yeah, or he'll do a real close score. Right?
What's going on, T-Dubs?
Oh man, what up?
Let me stop. We'll have to see if that's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be fun. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, yeah. We're playing at home, man, too.
My favorite part is like Tommy's always a player or two ahead of me, so he's texting, and then sometimes he'll just send me just a random like what the fuck, and it doesn't tell me like what the fuck was it a good thing or what the fuck was it a bad thing.
Well, if I give you the woo, something good happened.
Yeah, and I'm like, you got to give me more context, brother. You can't just drop that on me.
Oh, fuck, man. WTF? Damn it. Oh man.
Like when the Ty Johnson touchdown, and you're just like, whoa.
It was amazing.
What does that mean?
It was amazing. I was lost for words. What do you want me to do at the time? Oh, man.
Everyone's going to pick the Ravens. You're right. Bring that energy. Everyone's going to pick the Ravens. They picked the
Of course they are. Yes, I do, Roy.
Yeah. they picked the Broncos to beat us today. So
which is crazy.
It's going to be the Ravens.
Yeah, that's wild.
And that's why I asked the question on Friday night.
And by the way, expect Ravens fans to be here. I promise you they will, either on Monday or Friday. You know who was here? Ravens fan. Remember the Ravens? What's his name? Yes, he was on pregame talk.
What was he saying?
I forget. No, I think he was just talking like you're not going to do nothing.
Because he was saying that the Lions were going to smoke us, and then he didn't. Then he disappeared for multiple weeks.
He's hyped up about his team, which is fine.
I'd be hyped up about my team too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
They haven't.
I'm sure he'll be
rough recently either.
Yeah, well, they're gonna get that next weekend. So in Buffalo.
It's going to come down to, can we stop Henry? It's going to come down to our defensive line.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we're going to be able to score. But it's really going to come down to, can we stop Henry?
We cannot let them get off like they did last time, which is to an early start, have Henry rolling.
Well, yeah, they jumped out
early,
to a 17-point lead, and then we tried to climb back in the second half.
It was wild.
And we just couldn't.
It was ugly, and cannot have a game start ugly like that. You can't. So I do think that game will be close.
Like today's game.
Right. Yeah, you don't want that kind of start. And by the way, it wouldn't be a bomb pass; it would be like a bomb run,
just like it was last time. The first play,
right.
Henry goes for
80 yards.
80 yards.
Well, I'm going to be like, well, here we go. Buckle up.
Would you rather the game be on Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday. I like Sunday games. I don't know why. I have
a feeling it's going to be the Saturday night game, though.
It's going to be a night game, I think, regardless, because I think it's going to be
the Saturday night or the Sunday night game.
It's going to be probably the biggest game of the weekend, right? I mean, I'm just saying, like,
I bet you it's going to be the Sunday.
You got Houston and Chiefs. That's a Saturday day game. I mean, the Chiefs should have no problem against the Texans.
It might be. They might play both of them on. They usually play opposite though, huh? On days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you it's Sunday night. I bet you it's a Sunday night game.
Yeah, you have to. That's a big game, man.
Yeah. Milano's starting to make a difference. Milano's starting to round back into form. It's wonderful to see.
There's Cat in the Hat.
But double. Yeah. Never worried. Not bring.
I never was worried either. I don't know why
you're
people
right.
were.
You're right, Cat in the Hat. This time, our entire second level is healthy.
Yep. There's no excuse. And by the way, another big thing coming out of this game, except for obviously we did have a few. Ray Davis, that sucks. Man, I love the guy, but he's not a key part of the team. And Cam Lewis, though, I hope he gets whatever happened. But for the most part, we're healthy. There was no real key significant injuries. You know what I'm saying? On linebackers or corner, like
Cam Lewis,
offensive line,
Ray
like everybody's.
Davis.
Yeah, so I'm saying,
they're the secondary guys,
right? So, and that sucks. I'm not saying thing, but I'm just saying, like,
we have Kyer who will probably
guys.
come up. If he can't
You're
go,
right.
Kyer
You would have, I didn't even see what I didn't really see it was a bad hit or anything.
He went to tackle him and tried to get his head in front, and it jarred his neck.
Oh, so it could be his neck, not a concussion.
Almost like it speared him because he couldn't get there fast enough.
I kind of thought that's what happened more with Toronto was the neck than a concussion, and that's what they kind of said. Remember, they said he cleared, but then it was his neck that he was dealing with, and then he came back. So I thought that was more of an issue with him.
Unless the date is wrong on ESPN, they have the Chiefs on Saturday and the Bills on Sunday. I bet you that's what.
Oh, they already updated it? Okay.
The Bills are a 1.5 favorite against the Ravens. That doesn't surprise me. Usually the home team gets a 3-point. So that just tells you we're really not favored.
But that's still damn fucking close. Right. That's not, and that it almost could, they could change that, by the way, during the week. You never know. That could go up and down. And it probably will.
I didn't know why he called the spot or called the timeout. I just know he called the timeout and it doesn't work.
No, never done.
But I do like the fact that they put Milano as the spy. I hope they do that again next week with Lamar. We need to have the spy.
Yep.
If you're gonna say crash down with the DNs like Pittsburgh did, you need to have the spy coming over the top.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Absolutely.
It was a good game. It was fun. You want to pop up the stats, or we'll just kind of talk through them?
Yeah, we'll roam through them. Yeah.
All right. Josh was 20 of 26, and he missed a couple guys wide open, a little high.
He did. He absolutely.
And he was still 20 of 26.
Yeah. Well, the slow
2 touchdowns.
Yeah, 7, and he only had 72, I think, in the first. So first half, he had 200. Way better second half.
Yeah.
Way better.
He missed Keon wide open, overthrew him.
He did. He missed
Amari.
Cooper.
He missed Knox.
He mixed. Was that Knox in the end zone? Right. I mean, he should have probably caught it.
Back-to-back plays.
Yeah, you gotta. It happens though. You get a little excited.
Yep. So it's fun. You're right, Tommy. It was his neck being flexed forward forcefully. Luckily, he escaped any injury, but probably Yep. You know,
It was
hopefully he'll be
it
okay.
hurt. It hurt.
The one that I'm not sure is gonna make it back is Ray Davis. Dude
no,
took a
Ray Davis,
shot.
boy, and they knew it right away because you
Yeah.
could tell his hands. Like he almost did the fencing thing. Like they
Well,
called.
I
They
knew
called
right
right
away
away.
because Jones was like, "Oh my, that's
Yeah.
my." Oh
Well,
my
his
God.
hand and his hands were like you know what I mean? Yeah. So right when they were calling, like I'm like, oh man, that's not good.
Not sure.
Love the dude too, man. It sucks.
Yeah, he should have had the TD. Joshua thought he was going to sit and he didn't sit and threw it behind him.
Yep.
It happens. You know?
Josh could have probably ran on that too. I gotta be honest with you. He had a lane. Just I don't know if he gets a touchdown, but he definitely had a lane there as well, Mikey. If he wanted to take off,
it was closing.
It was
That
close,
lane,
but I'm saying he might. But yeah, it's Josh Allen. Josh Allen just saying he might have. He maybe could have got something.
He didn't really start running until like the next series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Josh had him. He just missed him. Josh got antsy with the throw. He thought someone was coming behind him.
That's what I think too. He rushed it. Yep.
Josh needs some zen. I mean, we're complaining about a guy who went 20 for 26. We're nitpicking here.
No, not we're just
and
calling
a 31-7 win.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, look at that. Look at the second half. Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. We scored 21 points in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, and look at that. 7-0-0-0-0.
Yeah.
They just could not do anything.
Bo Nix, 13 of 22, 144 and 1 touchdown.
Yep. The old
Riley Dixon, 1 of 1 for 15 yards.
Riley Dixon, the perfect quarterback rating.
Yeah, he did, and he felt bad. You saw it like on his face when he threw it, and then he saw.
Yeah, he did. He's like, "Fuck!" Right?
Yep, he knew it. You know, feel bad for Ray Davis. We could have used him at the end of the game. That's Ray Davis time. When you're up, last half of the fourth quarter, when you're up and you just need to melt time because he's our power runner.
Is it me or like that toss that they do to Ty Johnson? That has to be just for him because they never do that with James. Cook.
They did the Cook today too.
Did they once? But they do a shit ton. That's what I'm saying. That is new as far as like they're throwing that out there over the last.
Get out to the edge quick.
Yes, that toss. It's dangerous at times if it's not executed. Because if Josh Allen throws it wrong or over the head or behind
the last 3 weeks,
it's been on.
Last 3 or 4 weeks, they've been running that toss.
It almost like gets them going, like they're running like ahead of steam almost. You know what I mean? Like if it's been executed well. But Ty Johnson seems to love those plays, man.
Yeah. Bo Nix was their leading rusher, 4 for 43, long of 18.
Yeah, they had no running game going today. By the way,
we shut it down.
Nothing.
Like their long was 7 outside of Bo Nix?
Yeah, 7.
We kind of knew that though. They never had a running game. So
no, they didn't. Yep.
James Cook 23 for 120. Josh Allen 8 for 46. Ty Johnson 9 for 44. Ray Davis 1 for 3. Trubisky 3 -3.
I mean, look at Ty. So here's my point. And listen, I'm not saying Ty Johnson's better than Cook, but look at the yards that Ty got with way less carries. The offensive line has done really well this year for run blocking.
Yeah.
That's my point. Like when it comes to, and I'm not knocking Cook. I think Cook's done is good running back. He's done well, but I'm just saying, if you look at Ty Johnson's here, I mean, less than 9 carries compared to 23, and he got 44 yards. I mean, that's I don't know what the average is on that, but that has to be up there. Not a bad game.
Well, think about 10 for 44 is 4.4, so it's like what?
Oh, yeah. It's about 4.7. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
4.7.
Yeah.
And I think Cook was at like 5.3.
Not bad. That's what I'm saying. So, not bad. When that's our third running back, guys. Not even our second.
Do you think he's out next week? I don't know. I don't know how he's going to bounce back.
That was nasty, man. He'd have to pass like I have no idea. Yeah, negative yards. Yeah, fucking Trubisky.
Like, why is even Royce Roy? Yes, he is. To be fair, Trubisky has a higher QB rating than Allen on the year. He does. He had the perfect QB rating.
Yeah. He's the MVP.
Right? That's right. You want to slide down?
Yeah.
I thought we did a good job on Mims today. For someone who could have been a breakaway guy.
He's good. Yeah, he has
lefty.
that breakaway speed. Yep.
Yeah, he had 4 targets. He also had a couple touches in the run game, but he had 2 for 12 yards. Sutton had 5 for 75. He's gonna get that. That's good. You know what I mean?
That's fine. He had some big drops though in this game that he should have had.
Yeah,
big drops, man. Can't have those.
If I'm not sure he holds on to the ball because the guys were like right behind him, getting ready to smack him.
I get it, but still,
you gotta at least give it a shot. Like you can't let it go through your hands like that.
Absolutely.
But everything was high today for Knicks. Like
a little high.
All the throws were high today. Franklin 2 for 54 on 3 targets and a touchdown. I love me some Troy Franklin. I wish he was a Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
But, more power to him over there. And then on our side, Samuel led the team with 3 for 68
because he had that big 55.
I think we already went through all these earlier in the show. So
we did. We want to go to defense. Right here.
Yeah, they did our defense. Our defense I thought played well. Bernard led the team. Milano was right behind him. Sharon. This is the middle. That's who usually leads it.
Yeah.
The fact that those are the guys that are leading it, it's not our safeties, is a positive.
Yeah,
our linebackers were the ones that are leading the team in tackles, and that's what you want. I thought Benford tackled well today. DeMar, I thought DeMar played pretty well today.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with him. Almost had an interception.
Yep, almost a couple interceptions.
You're right. The one that got
the middle too.
I forgot about that one where he dropped it. Yep.
Yeah, he almost got a couple. I thought Douglas and Rapp, there was miscommunication on the touchdown.
Absolutely. Absolutely there was. There was no help.
I thought Douglas was a step slow today.
He's been a step slow all year. I've been saying it. I think he definitely lost a step this year. I don't think he's playing bad or anything. I just think he was
just always a step behind.
He's a step behind. Yeah, he's not. It's age. Age catches up to you, bro. Yeah. He's not. He just doesn't have that speed. And he gets caught up sometimes.
So we had 2 sacks on the day, one by Milano, one by Groot. Groot had 2. We had 2 tackles for loss. I thought Groot played really well. He was also being held most of the day. Austin Johnson, I actually thought played better than Daquan.
Daquan didn't, man. Yeah, Daquan's just in the shell of himself, bro. I don't know what happened to him, man. He just never bounced back from that injury.
I thought
he's playing okay, but
I thought Vaughn played really good, put a lot of pressure on. I thought FNS was disappointing today.
Yeah, he was. He was. I'm with you there too.
He had 1 QB hit. Vaughn did, but he was putting a lot of pressure on him today.
Yeah,
I
thought our kick returns were great today. By the way, Ty and Khalil, right?
Yeah,
Ty Johnson had a nice kick return. The punt return was really
averaging. Always got us on the plus side. And then I thought Shakir was about as good as I've ever seen him.
About as good as you. He almost broke that one, by the way. Yeah. Almost broke it.
It was nice to see. Okay, let me get back over here. Sounds like we have to revamp the QB room. I believe we already re-signed Mike White.
Yeah. Good old Mike White.
And how about let's give some credit to both Bass and Martin.
Yeah,
Bass was 3 for 3 on field goals and 2 for 2 on extra points, and Martin had 1 kick inside the 20.
Yeah, way to go, guys.
What Mac Hollins level Mims. It was awesome.
Dude, yes, he did. Way to go, Bass. Longer 34 and the extra points. That's what I'm talking about.
And then from a team's perspective on the penalties, they had 3 for 27. We had 7 for 45. We held the ball 41 minutes to 18. Yeah,
time possession was crazy. Time possession was big time crazy. That's because we were well balanced today. I mean,
on 3rd down, we were 8 for 15. They were 2 for 9. We actually got off the fields on 3rd downs today for the first time. 4th down, we were 2 for 2. They were 1 for 3.
Yeah, just overall really like I said, after that first touchdown, I felt like we clamped them up, man. There was just no They just could not figure it out. They didn't. If they adjusted, it didn't work. So
Laugh out loud at the tears flowing in the media over the penalty on Mims. He threw the ball at him. That's what happens when you throw the ball at the guy.
You talking about when he
every
stepped?
time.
Yeah.
When he was
hovering over him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the tears flowing when they were holding Kincaid in the back of the end zone that cost us a touchdown?
Yeah, man. No, I'm really disappointed. No Broncos fans came in here.
You knew that wasn't going to happen.
I mean, my God, stick to what you listen. Stick
You
to your word.
You knew they weren't coming.
My God, man.
They're pissed right now because all week everyone's gaslighting them up thinking that they were going to come into Buffalo and win.
I get it. You know what they're doing right now? They're on Denver Broncos podcast, I'm sure. They're all pissed off, complaining. Right? The same people that were talking shit. That's what I'm talking about with some of these fans. Like the ones that do that are a lot of these guys are like, a lot of them are bandwagons. A lot of them are quick to jump off the ship when things don't go right, talk shit about their own team. It's just crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild, bro.
It's nice to have Milano back for the playoffs, Connor. The fact that he's playing good is a plus. That you even have him there. It's been years since we've had Milano in the playoffs.
Oh, my God. It's been years since we had a healthy team in the playoffs. Oh, Milano. Just a team in general.
Trubisky's better than Patrick Mahomes, according to his QB rating. He was.
That's right. That's right.
It was a warm 30 degrees day. It was.
That's right.
It was. Would you all want Hollins back next year on a reasonable field? Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I would love to have him and Cooper back next year.
And Ty Johnson.
Yeah, and Ty Johnson. Bring all those guys back next year.
All those guys are on 1-year deals.
Our offense, if you want to run it back with this offense again next year, I'd like to see us get somebody in the draft to help.
Yeah,
but
you got to get over the top guy.
Basically bringing back this offense. This offense has been really good.
There's nothing
wrong. It set records.
Absolutely. And we were second. What did we finish? Second or third in scoring? I mean, for a team that doesn't have most dynamic or, a number one receiver to finish first, second and third or third. What did we wind up finishing? Second or third, Mikey, in total in scores, points per game? I think it was second, right?
Yeah, we're second points per game.
Pretty impressive for a team that supposedly had nobody for Josh Allen to get the ball to.
Right? I mean, it was wild.
Right. So, yeah, I'm good with
T-Dobbs. They were holding Vaughn and Groot and everybody like every play. There was
I don't want to hear
no calls whatsoever.
I hope Bronco fans aren't using that as excuse because stop it. Like, I don't even do that when we lose. Like, I'll tell you, hey, I'll give you my opinion on it, but I won't say that's the reason why. There ain't no way. If that's what they're saying, then wow, shame on them. Terrible. The game was never close after we went up 10-7. The game was over at that point.
Just so you know how the points per game went, it went Detroit at 33.2, Bills at 30.9, Ravens at 30.5.
There you go. So, yeah, for a team not having anyone for Josh Allen to get the ball to, I would say 30.9. It's pretty damn good.
I was real proud of our defense today. We shut down the run. We didn't give up a lot of easy passes. We got off the field 2 for 9 and third downs. I thought they did really well. Now Smiley pisses me off.
Yeah, I won't lie. I was not worried, but at first I text you when that first touchdown. I'm like, if the defense doesn't,
I said we're going to go as far as our defense allows us to go this year.
If they don't step up, remember I said if they don't step up, this is going to be a high scoring game. The offense better fucking get going because it wasn't a great start. I got to be honest. Like I was like ruh-roh, but after that they dialed in. They dialed in. They never looked back, boy. They had that shit going.
Tackles today. That's the thing.
Yeah.
When they don't miss tackles, they're really good.
Yeah.
Teron Johnson locked down Marvin's men. Teron Johnson was a stud today.
He was. Thank God he came back.
Yeah. Damn, Denver had the ball barely a quarter. Yeah. They had it for 18 minutes. The Bills had the ball for 41 minutes today. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's wild.
There's the actual full time. Josh just did what he wanted to do. We need to control time possessions on the Ravens. Our defense, our best defense performance of the year. When we only leave them out there for 18 minutes, absolutely. That's the best way to do it.
Yep.
You know, us taking up long drives. Like, I have a feeling that the Ravens game is going to be kind of like that. Both teams are going to have long drives instead of just suck up the time.
Right.
So it's going to come down to who can actually put the ball in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Bronco fans had plenty to say all week.
Yeah, I don't get. I don't.
They didn't come back in here for it.
No, they did
I want our
not.
entire offense back next year. Absolutely. And then sprinkle in a few things.
That's it. Yeah, we need that over the top guy. We need that
Yeah.
speed bound. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe
Whether
they
we
get that
grab
in the
them
draft.
in the draft or we sign them in free agency. I don't know. I'm not sure who out there in free agency. You know,
Right.
if Mikey wants to get me to go on Cooper again, go ahead.
Fucking Mikey.
At the end of the day, brother, whether it's Cooper or it's somebody else, they're only going to get as many targets as Josh throws to him.
That is true too.
At least Cooper has the respect of the league to where they plan for him.
Yeah, you have to, or he will. And if you don't, so let's say they didn't put. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if they didn't have respect for him, and they put their second on him and put Surtain on whoever, Keon. Like, dude, like Cooper might have had a bigger game today. I'm just saying, like, they would have probably thrown his way. Like, they're just going to go with what the defense is going to give him. Like, really, that's what Josh
The
has been
defense dictates who Josh throws the ball to.
doing. Absolutely. And Josh is not also, and Tony said it in the game. He's like, bro, Josh Allen could have threw this ball and it probably would have been intercepted. But instead,
he took the smart play.
He took the easy route. He took the easy route. Yep.
And the check down.
And got 8 yards out of it. Like, I mean,
previous years, Josh doesn't do that.
He tries to fit that in. Yeah.
Yep.
So you got to be smarter, and that's what Josh has done this year. Understand you got to let your players.
I'm with you. That fake punt is sticking back there.
It's so irritating. It really is. I mean, granted, we wanted them stopping them. They punted it again, but still, very annoying.
I want to see us get a big, giant run stuffer.
Me too, Brian. You
First
have to.
two
You gotta
picks,
get
give me
Ed
a
Hub on
D
this
end and give me a run stuffer.
You have to. Like a sweat. Some monster next to him.
That'd be really good. I wouldn't mind getting another guard. We do have all
too.
5 are coming back next year. We do have Anderson in the pocket, but I wouldn't mind getting us another guard.
You have to
start
at least plan Edwards, yeah, or at least compete
very
with
much
Edwards.
Like Van Pran, just like we got Van Pran as the backup at center. Get us another guard to start grooming.
Van Pran's the future of the center position, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Cromer's going to continue to work with him. Why not? You have him here for a while as your rookie
Grable,
contract.
The future left tackle.
Yeah, get yourself a guard. Sit him behind Edwards as long as Edwards. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have Cromer develop him into something even better, and then there you go. We're set up.
Never outplayed the Bills, and they didn't. Outside of that first drive, when they got the ball first, that was the best shot they gave us. They threw a right hand, and then we countered, and then just boxed them all game long.
That's it.
They should never be getting pre-snap penalties at home in Buffalo. That's caused us all year.
I hate that when guys
caused us all year.
Yeah. I can't. Cook was guilty on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
He tried his best to stop. He was just like, fuck.
So hard.
Yeah.
Yep. Straight up for McMillan from the University of Arizona. Are you talking about the receiver? McMillan? You want to go receiver in first round? I'd rather go.
They're not gonna do that.
Hey, Cheetah's looking for a team. Dude,
supposedly
you put Cheetah on this team though?
Yeah, they said they worked it out. Supposedly, he changed his profile picture back to Dolphin or whatever the hell he did. So he's not going nowhere. But you're right, that would be crazy.
Have to go. But for whatever reason, McDermott just keeps him. Anderson, nope, he's a restricted free agent, so he'll be back. And I think he's an exclusive rights free agent to us. I don't think he's just a regular restricted free agent. Allen said he's made his peace with the voice in his head, and he's not letting his competitive nature TakeOver's decision making.
There
That's
we go.
hilarious if that's what he really said. 'Cause that's awesome.
Right. Good. Very good.
Because
Good to
sometimes I
hear.
feel like you could see it in his in his play that his brain's like, you could do this. Make
Oh
that
yeah.
throw.
I mean, the throw to what's his name, Ty Johnson on that fourth down.
Wasn't the smart.
We only needed 1
But there
yard.
was nobody open.
No, I get it, but the play call, I was just about to say, I was about to text you because it didn't look good. Like usually those plays get busted, and I'm like, I was just about to text you. Why the fuck didn't we just go for a simple run or a quick out? Or like, why are we trying to go end zone there? But it worked out. Man. I was like, what is going on?
Let me dream. You can dream, and I'm dreaming for one of those elite game-wrecking pass rushers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping we don't even use our first rounder next year because it's gone in a trade to bring back Myles Garrett.
Oh, dude, it would be unbelievable.
That's what I'm hoping. Sport Checklist Anderson as an exclusive rights free agent. Yeah, that's what I thought.
There you go.
That's what I thought. So,
all right,
Tommy. So what's on tap?
On tap is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Me and Mikey go live again. Wow, that rhymed, huh? Pretty damn good. I was doing one today. I'm like, will the snowman snow up?
He did. He did show up today.
He snowed up today. See, you get it? Okay. So anyways, tomorrow we'll be on live at 9.
Jesus,
Mikey
look at
with
that. That's a great stat, Robert.
That is a really good one. Yep. 9 p.m. The Good, Bad, and Ugly for Mikey and Bill's Mafia, man. We appreciate all y'all jumping in tonight with us. It was awesome. I'm so glad it was a win and not hear us cursing for an hour straight, pissed off. So we appreciate you guys rocking with us as usual. So till tomorrow, Bill's Mafia, we love you. And as always, go Bills. Peace.
Go Bills.
That's right.